Hey guys, Dave here. What I'm going to do now is have a quick run through of the outside of the van. We've only just taken delivery of it, as seen in the past, and we haven't been out yet. I'll go through, explain a few things that I like and don't like, and not too many that I don't like, majority I do like, and give you a bit of an overview of the van. Alright, this is a JB caravan. It's a Scorpion Sting Air. It's a 23 footer and it's an LE. Alright, it's a limited edition. The reason that is because we actually had the inside design the way that we wanted it, not as they come stock standard off the shelf. The van itself is rated to 4.5 tonne. Because of that, we had to go a bigger tow hitch. Most people know about the D035. We've had to go with the D045. Righto, if we look down here, this is the beast here. It's a lot chunkier and a little bit bigger than the D035. Righto. As you can see, it is currently connected. To disconnect it, you just push the button in, lift this up and pull out. Alright, that disconnects or disengages, and then once we use the jockey wheel, we'll allow it to jack itself off. To put it in, button pops up, you know it's secure. We place the cap back on and we're good to go. You'll also notice my chains, alright, they're rated to 4.5 tonne. They are chunky as, bigger than the normal ones, and my D shackles are actually rated to 6 tonne. So the van, if it falls off, it's not going anywhere. We have the handbrake. Moving along, we have the Elco ESC. Alright, most of the vans these days have the Elco on there and they are pretty good. You'll also notice that I have 3 Anderson plugs. We have a grey one, a red one, alright, that's for towing and for putting power back into the van. We also have another one around here, a grey one, which is a power out. The reason I got that put on there was any jockey wheels or mechanical wheels that you have at the front of your van to move them around, alright, you can just plug straight into there and you're good to go. You'll notice the frame, very thick, very chunky. It's been hot dip gelled, and that is to aid in prohibiting rust, especially when you're in those beautiful places down in Western Australia, up anywhere in Queensland on the beaches. You don't want the salt air to go through your van and eat your van away. It costs a little bit extra and it does add a bit of weight to your van, so you need to weigh up the options of whether you want it or not. If you do have it, you obviously need a tug that is going to be able to tow the whole van. Righto, we have the stone guard at the front that comes stock standard on most vans, and in the centre here we have our gas box. Right, in the gas box, 2 9-litre gas cylinders, and they provide our gas cooking to our stove and oven, and also to hot water when off grid. That's the only thing in the van that uses the gas. Very well ventilated. It has a couple of holes in the bottom to allow water and stuff to seep out if need be. And I'll close up the lid. Around the front here we have a storage bin. We have one on this side and we have a storage bin on the other side. I'll show you that one when I get around to it. This one here, I've actually put a barbecue in it. I went to Costco, bought a barbecue that is very similar to a baby Q, a little bit bigger than a baby Q, and I think it is better than the baby Q. I had a baby Q, got rid of that for this one. Now the barbecue fits in there nicely, as you can see. I have a waterproof cover that I use for it, and the waterproof cover is basically for when we're out on the dirt roads and dirt tracks. Alright, there's plenty of ventilation in there, and obviously dust will get in there, and I don't want it going all over the grill. So I will put the barbecue in its cover and put it straight in. Whilst we're just travelling on the bitumen, no point, no dirt and dust really, and the barbie's good to go. Alright, I'm going to pull it out now. The only thing that I have is the knobs on the actual barbecue do get caught because the inner part here isn't as wide as the box itself. So I've just got to sort of jiggle it through. Once it's out, good to go. As you can see, very simple to get out. Lift up the lid and away you go. The gas hose goes straight underneath into the bonnet of the actual van. Obviously then we can fire on the gas and start cooking. Just pull it forward a bit, she'll sit up. I'm not underneath the awning, I'm outside, and any of our snags, steaks, whatever you want to cook, fish, anything, done on the barbie, works a treat. What I can do is I can actually take out the one of the plates, and I'll have another plate here for doing things like pancakes, onions and eggs. All right, not a problem. So just take one out, put that one back in, and we're good to go. Right, I'm just going to pack him up. So for the time being, I'll just close that, take out the gas regulator, close it, we push down the blue, and in she goes. Put my little plate back in, chuck in my cover, and close her up. On the front of the van, we didn't have a window. Alright, I've heard a lot of people talk about windows leaking and stuff like that. We're not going to have that problem, and we won't have any light coming through. Some people love a window for the view, but we've got plenty of windows around the van. You'll also see there is a light on the front of the van. I have these lights the whole way around the van. The lights themselves are white, orange for bugs, or off. Righto, come with me. At the front, we've gone with a Weber style lid. Alright, now what that means is supposedly you can put a Weber barbecue or you can put a slide out barbecue in there. We don't need one because we've got the barbecue there, which I can take away from the van, chuck in the back of the car, and off down the beach, cook some snags up. So I just use it purely as a full storage boot the whole way through. What we also have in here is our little plates. Alright, so the tare of the vehicle is 3.290, I think it says. The GTM is 4241, the ATM is 4450, so nearly 4.5 tonne. Right, the axle group load capacity is 4.5 tonne. Also up the top here, we've got the little badge for our Cruise Master 33 ATX. Alright, that's our suspension, and we'll have a look at that once I get around. You'll see another one of the lights that I spoke about before. On this particular side of the van, we have the one at the front, the one up above that window, one above the kitchen window. On here we have our lifestyle table. We have two. We have one at the front and we have one at the rear. This one's locked at the moment, but I'll show you how they open when I get to the rear one. We also have a speaker. We have two speakers for our Fusion system, one on this side, one on the other end of the van. You'll notice 4 brush bars around the van. I don't really like the way that they've done them in the galvanised. So what my plan is, they're only held on by 4 bolts. I'm going to unbolt them, and I'm going to either get them powder coated black, or I'm going to get Rhino armour and put that on there. But I'll get that done professionally, I won't do it myself. One, the black on the black will look a lot better than the silver on the black. Okay, as we mentioned before, underneath we have a gas bayonet at the front of the van, alright, for any barbecues or anything you want to connect up. Moving along, we have the stairs. Right, the stairs are automatic. They come in, they go out. We also have a lovely little light around the top of the stairs so you don't fall over in the middle of the night. With our door, the door comes in 2 sections. You can undo it and just have your screen on. Still allows a nice breeze to go through the van, or if it's raining and windy and sand and stuff flying around, then you just close the whole complete door up and she shuts. Alright. As with all doors, they have a little latch on here. The latch is on behind the door. Just going to open this up and close it, stop the bugs coming in while we're filming. Behind the door we have an outlet. Alright, I can plug anything, because all the power points on the van run through a 3000 watt inverter. I can plug anything I want into these power points. So if you have an outside Waco fridge or something like that, plug it in, not a problem. TVs, plug it in, not a problem. Okay, now we come to the wheels. The wheels that I've gone with are the Mickey Thompsons. Alright, they're a great tyre. On one of our other cars, we've just clocked up over 80,000 Ks on it, and the tread, I reckon there's still another 20,000 Ks to go on it. They are supposedly supposed to range around the 100,000 kilometre mark per tyre. The rims I've matched to my Cruiser. Okay, so they're the ROH Vapors. I can't put hubcaps on these ones because obviously they're a very thin hubcap and you'll see them on the Cruiser. So at this stage, I've got to leave them like that. I probably will paint the silver parts black just to make them look a little bit better than what they do. Moving down the van, here's our other table. Just come out like that. put your condiments on there, pass stuff out through the window, drinks, whatever you want on there. Stick a TV on there if you like. Sit outside, watch the TV. This is our entertainment hatch. It also has inside it our airbag controls. So we open them up, come inside, we can control the fusion radio system from out here. We have a 12-volt cigarette lighter, anything you want to plug into it. Up the top, we have 2 USBs and we have normal power points. This is our Cruise Master system. We have air if we want to pump tyres up. Plug a hose into there and we can pump our tyres up. She turns on and you can put it up, put it down, whatever you want to do. Simple. I didn't bother going for the remote control. I couldn't justify the extra money in it. To me, it's a bit of a wank factor. Yeah, some people have got money to throw around, I guess, can afford it. I can't. I've spent enough on other toys. It also has my TV system, so it has a bracket in here where I can put my TV bracket in and have the TV outside the van. We also have all the cables that plug into the back of your TV to give you reception. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to jump under the van quickly. Under here is our Cruise Master suspension, the ATX. Pretty wicked looking setup, fairly big, and it has the airbags. Up here is the air tank that provides air to them. As you can see, JB have gone and put a checker plate underneath to protect any rocks flinging up at the tank. Up the front, you'll see the water tanks. There's 2 95 litre ones up there, fully enclosed in checker plate. And there's another 2 95 litre ones back here, and again, enclosed with checker plate. Alright, there's more checker plate under this van than, I don't know, in an 80s nightclub. Righto. What I have done is I've upgraded my water tank, so I have a dedicated 95 litre drinking water. I have 2 95 litre general purpose, showers, dishes, washing machine, all that sort of good stuff. And I have a 95 litre grey water tank. The hoses are also been covered with protective stuff. I will come through and probably put some pool neuters on a few of the others that need protecting, but the majority of the van is pretty well protected. JB do a really good job. Okay, here we have the rear speaker and the rear storage compartment. In this compartment at the moment, I just have all the annex. As you can see, it's fairly wide. All right, it goes a fair way back and it goes up to about this height. Don't know whether you're going to see much up under there. I've got my hoses and I've got all my annex sitting in here. My generator actually fits in there perfectly as well. Coming to the rear of the van, we have a pole holder. All right, I'll either put my fishing rods in there or I'll put my fishing rods at the one at the front, and the poles for the awning will go in there. We have 2 jerry can holders, and I'll have one on the back of the car. So I'll have 2 diesel, 1 super. The super is for the generator and also for the tinny. All right, we'll do a complete episode on the tinny by itself. JB did the right thing and they galvanised everything. All right, I don't really like it, so what they're going to do is they're going to rip these 2 ones off. They're going to put a proper JB black one on there that are back to back, so you'll have 1 jerry this side, 1 jerry this side. Frees up a bit of room, but looks a lot neater. I'll probably end up painting the galvanised rear bumper just so that it blends in with the black. We've gone with 1 spare wheel, reason being we have 1 on the back of the car. All the wheels are interchangeable. There's no point carrying extra weight. I've got 2 spare wheels, good to go. Most people have 2 on the back of their van. Well, I have 1 on the van, 1 on the car, frees up a little bit of weight. What we have up here is a Fiamma bike rack. This little red thing here just holds her in place when there's no bikes on it. Very simple to operate. Place your bikes up here, pull these down, they go across the cross part of your bike, and these little rubber things go through and pull them tight. You also have the ones on here that go through the rims, go through the spokes, comes down, in, pull it tight, and it holds it in tight. The bikes don't move. They are awesome bike racks. Up the top we have 2 cameras. 1 camera is focused on the bikes and directly down below the van. The other camera is focused on who is behind you. So if you're overtaking or if they're overtaking you, you can safely see what's going on and make the road safer for everybody. Just to put this up, just folds up, throw the strap over. Okay, moving around this side, we have our little wood storage box. Come on over, Roz, and give the folk a look. Okay, as you're driving around, you'll see bits and pieces of wood dead on the side of the road. Don't go chopping down live trees. Have the dead wood and that, load her up, and when you pull up at the night time, you want to have a campfire, good to go. That is the rear of the van. Moving around to the side, what we have here is the toilet, as you all know, has a cassette in it. What we've done is we've got an SOG put onto the toilet. This is supposed to take a lot of the smells and stenches away, and you'll use a lot less chemicals. Very simple to use. First of all, you've got to take your toilet out, unscrew, comes off, and your toilet comes out. You take it away, and of course empty it all out and do all the good stuff. When you bring it back, plug the sog back in, do it up, okay, lock her in, close her up and do it up, good to go. This is our pure drinking water filling spot, okay. As I said before, we upgraded from a 65 litre to a 95 litre just to give us that bit of extra drinking water. Our other two tanks are 95 litres as well, so that's our general purpose water, showering, toilet, dishes, all that sort of stuff. Outdoor showers and that. Underneath here is our tap filler for when we're on mains water when at a caravan park. Okay, here we have a vent for our fridge, one here and one up the top. Gives it plenty of circulation and keeps the fridge cool. This is where we plug in at a caravan park or at home. So we plug the house power in, it's a 15 amp, and away you go. We've got a fuse box beside it. If you have a look on the top of the van, we've put a sail track up there. It goes the full length of the van down past the front window, so that it's on a hot day like today, we can put a privacy screen up, or we can put a shade screen up just to stop the hot sun bolting on the side of the van and heating up the fridge. Lets it work a little bit easier. Next thing I'm going to show you is our outdoor shower. Right, has hot and cold. When it's all plumbed in and it's all going and the pump and all that's on, turn on whichever tap you want. But yeah, you get a good stream come out of it when it is going. Very handy. Right, when you're coming back from the beach, or if you've just been out for a walk or whatever, you want to hose yourself down, good to go without taking dirt and crap inside the van. Okay, moving along, we've already spoke about the tyres. Okay, here's the other two tank fillers. Now these tanks work in conjunct with each other. So as you fill one or the other up, they both fill up, they both empty. Doesn't empty, then the other empties, they both work together. This is our hot water system, just for ventilation and air. Yeah, the last thing on the van is the tap at the front. So if you want to connect the hose to it, you want to run some water, wash a few things or whatever, they've stuck a hose on the front, a tap I should say, and again they've got checker plate in front of it just to stop any rocks from flipping up and hitting it. Inside the last box here is my generator slide. Again, press down on the blue latches, out she comes, plenty of room. Even got the spare oil in it. Pushing back in. Go around and have a look. So as you can see, plenty of room, and I can stick some other stuff in there if need be. Okay, so that's the outside of the van. On top of the roof, there's 4 170 watt panels of solar, giving me 680. I also have an Intellisat satellite dish. There's the normal antenna up there. We'll put up some footage and some photos of what's up on top, and you can have a bit of a squiz. We've also got the caravan. As I said, JB, they've done it again. No, they've produced a pretty good van from what we've seen so far. Can't wait to get out and actually give it a good thrashing and just put it through its paces. I'll give you the good points and the bad points. I won't pull any strings. They don't owe me anything, I don't owe them anything. Before I go, I heard on the news before that there was a cheese factory in France blew up. Debris was everywhere.